Star Trek: Strange New Worlds somehow gets a famous piece of TNG technology 100 years early. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds is boldly going where no Star Trek show has gone before, by rewriting established canon in thrilling, often unexpected ways. In its third season, the fan-favorite prequel series has introduced a piece of futuristic technology once synonymous with Star Trek, the next-generation TNG, the holodeck. But there's just one problem: it's appearing nearly a century before its supposed invention. This surprising twist both delights and baffles longtime fans, raising questions about continuity, Starfleet innovation, and the ethics of playing with technological timelines. The holodeck's surprising debut in Strange New Worlds. In a jaw-dropping moment in Strange New Worlds Season 3, the Enterprise crew finds themselves inside an immersive simulation environment that unmistakably resembles a holodeck. Whether they're sparring with alien warriors, walking through 20th century Earth, or recreating a lost homeworld, it becomes immediately clear. This is not just a training room or illusion, it's a fully interactive, sensorial holographic experience. For Trekkies, this instantly evokes memories of Captain Picard's Dixon Hill adventures or Worf's Klingon opera simulations aboard the USS Enterprise D. The revelation is staggering because, according to established Star Trek canon, the holodeck wasn't introduced until the 24th century. Even the advanced Constitution-class vessels of Kirk's era lacked this capability. Its earliest canonical appearance was in the Star Trek, the animated series episode, The Practical Joker, as a recreation room, but the fully realized holodeck wasn't showcased until TNG's 1987 pilot, Encounter at Farpoint. So how is it possible that Captain Pike and his crew are enjoying the benefits of a technology that shouldn't exist for another 100 years? Is Starfleet's secret project? One in-universe explanation could be that Strange New Worlds is revealing the top-secret origins of the holodeck. Perhaps Starfleet's research divisions were working on immersive holographic environments far earlier than previously known, and the version aboard the Enterprise is a prototype. This experimental tech could be the result of cooperation with races like the Xyrillians, who were shown to have holographic environments in Star Trek, Enterprise, or perhaps derived from advanced alien artifacts discovered during early Federation exploratory missions. It wouldn't be the first time Starfleet kept cutting-edge technologies classified. The existence of Section 31, the covert intelligence organization, proves the Federation isn't above hiding its most powerful advancements from public knowledge. Maybe the holodeck wasn't invented in the 24th century, it was just finally declassified then. A Klingon connection? Another possibility comes from Star Trek lore itself. In Star Trek Enterprise, the Xyrillian holodeck-like environment allowed Commander Tucker to walk on a beach without leaving the alien ship. This early 22nd century encounter predates even Pike's era. Could it be that Starfleet reverse-engineered Xyrillian tech or acquired similar technology from Klingon or Romulan sources during early first contact situations? Imagine the storytelling potential here: Lieutenant Spock working alongside a secretive team to adapt alien photonic matrix grids into usable simulations, unsure of the psychological implications for humans. It could also explain why this early holodeck technology didn't become widespread. It was unstable, resource-intensive, or psychologically risky, and was shelved for decades before being revived in the 24th century. A narrative device. Not canon? Then again, the appearance of a holodeck in Strange New Worlds might not have an in-universe explanation at all. Instead, it could be a meta-narrative choice, a storytelling tool used by the writers to explore complex character development without getting bogged down in canonical accuracy. After all, Strange New Worlds has prioritized emotional resonance, character arcs, and genre experimentation: musical episodes, fairy tales, body swap comedies over strict continuity. This theory gains strength from the way the holodeck is used in the series. Instead of acting as a purely technological marvel, it functions as a crucible for personal conflict and growth. Lon Noonien Singh might confront the trauma of her augmented ancestry in a simulated trial. Uhura could relive her parents' deaths and face survivor's guilt. Even Captain Pike could explore a hypothetical where he doesn't suffer his doomed accident, inviting existential questions about duty, fate, and free will. In that sense, the holodeck isn't about replicating TNG. It's about giving Strange New Worlds the tools to dive deeper into its own characters. The tech becomes a mirror, not just a marvel. Temporal shenanigans? Let's not forget that Strange New Worlds has already introduced time travel, alternate timelines, and multiversal logic into its storytelling. Season 2's crossover with Lower Decks featured characters from the future interacting with Pike's crew, potentially leaving behind 24th century data and ideas. What if someone like Brad Boimler accidentally shared technical specs or holographic theories from the future? Temporal contamination has always been a risk in Star Trek. Just ask the crew of the Voyager, who dealt with numerous paradoxes and accidental tech transfers. If even a fragment of 24th century holodeck data made its way back to Pike's Enterprise, it could explain how the crew gained access to such futuristic capabilities. However, this would open up even more questions. Would the Temporal Integrity Commission intervene? Has the timeline been altered? Or does this suggest that Starfleet has been quietly using time travel-derived tech all along, carefully avoiding exposure? Implications for canon. By introducing the holodeck so early, Strange New Worlds is engaging in a bold retcon of Star Trek lore. Some fans may find this controversial, especially those who revere continuity. The TNG-era holodeck was emblematic of a different kind of Starfleet, a more advanced, post-scarcity society that had moved past many of the 23rd century's logistical and philosophical limitations. Bringing that tech into Pike's time could blur the lines between eras and weaken the symbolic evolution of the Federation. If Pike has access to a holodeck, what separates his world from Picard's? Does it lessen the impact of TNG's utopian vision if the seeds were already sown in the 23rd century? On the other hand, canon in Star Trek has always been fluid. Retcons, updates, and reinterpretations are part of the franchise's DNA. From the smooth-headed Klingons of TOS to the bumpy foreheads of later series, from ship designs to uniforms, Star Trek has constantly evolved while maintaining its thematic core. Perhaps the holodeck's early arrival is just the latest example of that flexibility. Audience reaction, nostalgia versus innovation. So far, fan reactions have been mixed, but mostly enthusiastic. Longtime viewers are thrilled to see a piece of TNG nostalgia appear in a new context. Social media buzzed with clips of Spock walking through a 1920s jazz club simulation or M'Benga sparring in a holographic Vulcan martial arts dojo. These moments feel like love letters to decades of Trek storytelling. At the same time, some fans express concern that Strange New Worlds is leaning too heavily on established iconography instead of forging its own identity. With so many TOS characters, Kirk, Scotty, Uhura, Chapel, etc. already present, and now with TNG tech creeping in, the line between homage and redundancy is becoming harder to draw. Still, Strange New Worlds has largely earned goodwill for the freshness and heart it brings to each episode. If any show can take something like the holodeck and make it feel exciting again, it's this one. Thematic depth, escapism, reality, and ethics, one often go beyond.